Alright, this is programming the M400 fingerprint door lock. After you get the batteries installed and connect the two pieces together, you can either touch a button or the fingerprint or any of these buttons here to wake it up, and then to add a normal user before you set any administrative users, you'll just press the plus button, and right now it's flashing 01 for the first user. You can press OK, and then you can go ahead and just set your fingerprint. It'll beep twice, and then it'll flash the next user. If you want to set another one, you can hit OK, do that fingerprint, it confirms it, and then if you want to do a code instead of a fingerprint, you can do that. Just hit OK. Ooh. We'll do user 3 now. Hit OK. And we'll do a code here. And you have to enter it twice. And it'll confirm it and move on to the next user. Now, as far as I'm aware, you can only do an 8-digit PIN. It can't be any less and it can't be more, so it has to be 8 digits. If I find something different, I'll let you know, but as far as I'm aware right now, that's all you can do. And then to set an administrative user, you'll wake it up and then you'll hold the plus button down for 3 seconds. And then it'll move to 96 through 99, which are administrative users. Then you can hit OK. Oop, didn't do it fast enough. So 96, hit OK. Now, just to show you, it won't let you do the same fingerprint that you used as a normal user. It has to be a different fingerprint. And then it'll accept that. And you can do a pin 2, I believe. So there's a pin for administrative user. Now, once you set your administrative user, you will no longer be able to just hit the plus button to add any more users. I don't know if you can see it in the video with the flash on, but it shows the AD code on screen, meaning it's in administrative mode now. If you want to add more users, you'll have to first unlock it with an administrative fingerprint or code, and then it'll let you add more users here. If you want to remove users, you can go ahead and press the minus button. I'll unlock it. Now you can either remove them by fingerprint, which is why it's flashing FP. So if I press OK, now the user that was with this finger is removed. Or if you press the minus button again, it's flashing AL, so you can just go ahead and remove all of the users that were set, and then it flashes NU for no users. And now no regular users are there, but there's still your administrative users. Now if you want to get rid of those, you'll hold the minus button down for 3 seconds. It'll show AD. You can go ahead and unlock it, do it by fingerprint or all, or you can also do it by ID number, which I didn't show you for normal user, but you can do normal user by ID number as well. I'll just go ahead and remove all users. And that takes it back to normal. I can just add a normal user. So that's programming the remote. I'll show you that it works pretty well. So I now have that user registered. Unlocks it right away. So programming's pretty simple and should be able to get you up and running pretty quick. Okay, for the first part of installation into the door, you'll put your little piece here on the side, and then if you don't already have a hole up here, you'll need to drill a hole wide enough for one of these little pegs to stick through and the screw to go through. I believe I used a 1/2 inch piece to drill through, and then you'll take the outside piece, the piece with the fingerprint sensor on it, and you'll put it through. You'll attach the center rod here and feed the power and data connection through, and then you'll take this plate and you'll screw everything into the plate, and then the other side will screw onto the plate here. Okay, so I got those screws all tightened down. Now the last piece is I'll just need to connect the data and power line here with the holes. If you can see it, you can't really tell, but the holes are at the top, because on this piece the pins are at the top, so you just want to make sure the holes line up with the pins there. So I'm going to go ahead and connect this, and then I'll put it down and screw it down in those 3 areas there, and then it should be done. Okay, now that I got that connected and these screwed on here, it's time to test it out. This side works. Go ahead and close it, test the fingerprint. That works. And then there was just 2 other features I wanted to show real quick. So if you are, say you're unloading groceries or something and you're going to be coming in and out and you don't want to have to keep putting your fingerprint on, what you can do is unlock it once, and then while it's green, hold the enter key for 3 seconds till you hear those short beeps, and now it's in kind of like a valet mode where it will stay unlocked. And then if you want to turn that off, just wake it up, hold that green enter button for 3 seconds, and that'll turn it off. And then the last feature is just the keyhole here, and that's just held on by a magnet. So you can pop it off, and then you have access to your keys there. Now you can't leave it unlocked, which is a nice feature, so you don't accidentally forget and leave it unlocked. So you can only turn the key, and the key will stay in while you open it, and then you have to lock it back out before you can pull the key out. And that's it. It's a really good door lock. I think the buttons are really sensitive. Really good feedback from the buttons. Fingerprint sensor seems to do a really good job. I give this a 5 stars. It's a great door lock. Okay, the last thing I wanted to show was how to use the mini USB port here to connect it to your computer. So I have a mini USB to USB cable. Plug it in there, and it's saying AD. I have to unlock it with my administrative account. Okay, now it's connected to the computer. Downloaded the zip file from adventsecurity.com for the M400 door lock. Has 2 executables. The lock data manager. This one, you can load all your users, see what IDs you have set, and if it's fingerprint or password. You can delete all users or just the selected users. You can also load the records and it gives you a date and timestamp of what happened. Fingerprint, password, and then you can also search for an inquiry. And then you can have the settings where you can load the current time, sync it, and if there's a firmware version you can also update the firmware from here. And then the last one is the user data manager, which you would just use to back up all the user profiles you have set. Just a config file there, and then you can also recover them if you've already saved a file there. And that's it, pretty easy.